All day on News 24, we've been talking about the fact that 50 years ago today, the Soviet Union's Sputnik satellite became the first man-made object to orbit the Earth. Well, the space race has come a very long way since then. So far, in fact, that foreign exchange firm Travelex has come up with a currency suitable for use in space. I'm joined by Paddy Earnshaw, who can tell us more. He's head of group marketing at Travelex. Paddy, what exactly do you think people are going to use space currency for?
Well, the same sorts of things that you'd use on Earth. I mean, if you're taking a trip to space, then you're one of the lucky people that are. But if you're going to bring back a souvenir or some memorabilia, then it's worth having some currency with you.
We're quite far away from that point, though, aren't we? Like, of actually buying things in space. We may be travelling to space, but going to the shops there?
Well, space tourism is due to take its first flight in 2009, which is an exciting step, and therefore currency will be needed at that time. And of course, when people get out there, they'll want to buy something, so it's sooner than people think.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the actual currency. Here's an example there. Tell us what it's made of. Why take this and not a normal pound coin or a dollar note?
Well, we've had to work with the National Space Centre to make sure that the currency was safe for use in space. It's made of a substance like Teflon, which means that it won't break down in space, and also the conventional forms of payment now wouldn't be suitable. Chip and pin won't work. It's a long way to the moon. 230,000 miles is a long way to have a chip and pin message. And furthermore, coins, pound coin would be very dangerous if it was floating around in space because of its sharp edges.
We wouldn't. I mean, inside I'm laughing, but this is serious, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's a great fun story to have, but it's a new destination, and therefore a currency needs to be created for it to make sure that people can buy things.
So how many pounds would buy you one of these? What are they called? They're called quids, aren't they? What does that stand for?
It's a quasi-universal intergalactic denomination.
Someone made that up, come on.
No, not at all. I mean, I have to get it out. But quid for short, and that's a 5 quid, so that's worth £31.25.
And you expect a market for these within how many years?
Well, 2009 is when the first tourists will be going, so there'll need to be some form of space currency at that point, so definitely.
But surely, if you're paying £10 million to go to space, for example, with Virgin Galactic, then you would have thought that all your meals, it would be all-inclusive, wouldn't it?
Well, you'd like to think so, but, over time, there's no doubt that this will evolve and that cost will come down. Years ago, no one thought that you'd be able to fly to Spain for £1, so why wouldn't it be the same for space travel?
Well, you can't fly to Spain for £1, can you?
Well,
you include taxes.
Well, that's very true, actually.
About £60. But finally, I wanted to ask you, do you think you'll ever see these traded on the currency markets?
Yes, I mean, it will be a destination, so there will be a need for it, and supply and demand will dictate that it will have to feature on the currency markets. Brilliant.
Paddy, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about your space currency, and that's the business from me. Back to you, if you stopped arguing.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I was just thinking in my pedantic mood I'd better not say anything about space currency.
Definitely not.